Good morning. I am Titus. That is Levi. This is Not the Experts. Comes to you from Brother Productions Multimedia. We are here. It is after the NFC AFC Conference Championship games. We're going to get into all of that. Got a nice show planned today. But first, Levi Evans.
Yes.
What's popping?
Oh, I got a few things popping.
Talk to me.
Well, unfortunately, I would say it's flopping. It's an anniversary today.
Yes.
Of Kobe Bryant. And if you would like that nostalgia, we actually did that episode 1 year ago today.
We did.
On the Kobe Bryant episode. Some people downloaded it over this past week.
Did they?
Yeah.
It's the only old episode we kept, actually, I think. Or we kept one more, I think.
Yeah, we got one before that, an interview. But yeah, so R.I.P. Kobe.
For sure.
GOAT. Also, what's popping is, have you seen the new Ford Bronco?
No.
Yeah, it's popping. It's
interesting.
Pretty lit. Caden, have you seen the new Ford Bronco? Yeah, look it up. It's pretty BA, but
I definitely sold my Ford stock like last year.
What's even more BA about it is the commercial I saw during one of the conference championship games. It has a GOAT mode to it.
What?
A GOAT mode.
What's that do?
You know what GOAT stands for besides greatest of all time?
No.
Goes over any terrain.
God.
So if you need to go over any terrain, need to goat it out, get in that Bronco, flip it to the GOAT mode.
I'm out on that card just for that.
Why?
Just for that mode.
I was going to put it in the what's flopping because I didn't like it, but then I was actually in the middle of writing what's Ford Bronco because I just keep a notepad with me and write stuff down. And they changed, and then at the end of the commercial, when they hit me with that go over any terrain, I was like, they brought me back in, and I scratched it out, and I put what's popping next to it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, this is terrible. But yeah, then when they were able to fit that, go over any terrain,
you were sold.
Yeah. Caden, did you see it? It looks like it's trying too much, trying too hard to be a Jeep. Yeah, I would say that.
I think it's like trying to be a baby of a Jeep and a Range Rover. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Jeep Rover.
I feel like with cars, we can't do too much more with it.
That's really a fact.
We're pushing the limits.
You gotta just do a full redesign, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's what's popping with me. What's popping with you?
Levi, I'm like an obsessive snacker. I like snacks.
Yeah,
like a lot. So I've really been to the soft pretzel game lately. Soft pretzels are one of the greatest things ever created in the history of mankind. They really are.
Well, do you just go salted?
I'll go salted or cinnamon sugar. I can go either or. Yeah, but I like. If I don't want like the sweet, I'll go with the salted.
There's nothing better than you need a snack, especially when you're at a mall or an outlet mall, and there's an Auntie Anne's, and you're like, ooh, I can go get some cinnamon pretzels with icing.
That's a fact, though. When the icing is hitting, the icing be hitting every time too. Yeah. But a nice salted pretzel. I'm really into the salted pretzel game.
Yeah.
The ones you can buy in the store, and you can make them yourself.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. They're pretty good. They hit. They got the right texture. They even come with a salt packet in there.
Mm-hmm.
They got the right texture, the right level of. It's perfect.
Do you bake them?
Yeah. Bake them in the toaster oven. You know what I'm saying? Takes like 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes.
Sounds like we need to get into a venture then. Just start buying those. Just start making. Let's travel around to offices.
Oh
make pretzel day out of it. Yeah.
Everybody loves pretzel day.
Exactly.
Shout out to the office.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, the pretzel game. Pretzels are lit. I'm a big pretzel fan. People be hating on my snacking habits, but I like good snacks.
Do you like rolled gold pretzels?
Somewhat. But I'm more of a soft pretzel than a crunchy pretzel guy.
I love a crunchy. I probably prefer crunchy.
Really? Pretzels, I definitely prefer soft. But I'll go with crunchy sometimes.
Yeah.
Another snack that's popping in my life. We should do Titus snack segment at some point in the show.
Okay.
Another snack that's popping in my life. Have you had the wrap snacks?
Wrap from where?
The wrap snacks from anywhere. It's called wrap snacks.
No.
Bro.
You're talking the RAP wrap.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I have not had them, but I know what you're talking about.
Go to your local store. You can go to Walmart. They got them at Walmart. They got the Migos sour cream with the dab of ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious. And you get the Cardi B barbecue. The Cardi B cheddar barbecue. I prefer the sour cream with the dab of ranch. I consumed a lot of those over the past week. They're really good. So shout out to Rap Snacks.
So it's the Cardi B BQ?
I think so, yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah. They're delicious. So yeah, salute to all snacks across the world that taste good. Send me your snack recommendations and I'll eat them and I'll shout you out if they're good and cuss you out if they're bad. How about that?
Man, have you had the voodoo chips? Zaps?
No, are they spicy?
No.
Oh, see, I always thought they were spicy, so I got scared of them.
Well, they may. I think there's a few different ones, but the original voodoo kettle. Yeah, you got to get those.
Okay, I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check them out. What's flopping, my boy?
What's flopping? I got 2 things.
Talk to me.
Number 1, McDonald's bags. Those are flopping.
What they do?
You don't know?
No, what the McDonald's bag do?
Well, people, and this is something McDonald's can get into, this marketing opportunity here, or a little retail in the retail space, not the best things to carry money in or to use to give somebody, some money. So part of the reason why Jeremy Pruitt got fired is because apparently they were utilizing McDonald's bags as their cash bags. And they were giving them to recruits, passing out McDonald's bags. So we thought they were getting Big Macs, but they were getting big stacks.
Nah, they only get Big Macs at the White House.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, you know what? Someone pointed this out years ago, and they said, why don't coaches just pay dudes in those gift cards you can use anywhere? You can't trace those.
Yeah, those ones you send to prison?
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. You can use those anywhere. Why would they ever why would they just use those that are trying to give out cash? That's not trackable money.
That is true. I think the problem with it maybe is that, I don't know. I know some people who have used those cards before to send their loved ones into prison. And sometimes, they'll get calls saying, hey, I need you to send me a new card because it fell in the toilet. Or, so once that card is done with, all that's done, and it's a big hassle, to get the money out of it and redo it and all that. So maybe that's why. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's smart.
Yeah.
It's smart.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. Yeah. But my second was flopping is Snapchat ads. Last night, I get on Snapchat. I don't even look at the stupid Snapchat stories, like memories. You know the ones
that post on the main page.
Yeah, from the news and all that stuff. It's complete crap.
You can't watch nothing.
Do what? You're not watching crap. So, but something caught my eye. I saw a young lady on the front of like the thumbnail of one of them, and
it was the Busted Challenge.
Do what?
It was the Busted Challenge.
No.
Oh, okay. Continue.
No, it was not. She is a student athlete at the University of Alabama, so that's why it caught my eye. Because she was rocking her track gear.
Yeah.
And had a little headline about it, about how like awesome she is or something, whatever. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to figure out this girl's story. The story could have been told within one snap. Maybe 2 snaps.
Nah, that's not how it works.
Instead, they decided they were gonna use maybe 20 snaps. Yes, that's the one. It took, bro, those ads are longer than the snaps themselves. You got to sit there and watch a 1-minute ad in between two, like every other snap.
Right.
It's absolutely ridiculous. They're selling their souls to the devil or whatever. They just completely sold out. Get out of here, Snapchat. I don't even watch
Snapchat
those.
Stories are trash. Because it's like they give you the main thing at the front, and then you got to watch 17 stories. And 5 ads just to get to it.
Fight the ads. Yeah,
no, it don't be worth it.
It's absolutely.
I've definitely quit trying to read something that I thought was interesting because I saw ads on Snapchat before I deleted it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. Screw Snapchat.
Get out of here, Snapchat.
For sure. What's flopping over here is I did have something for what's flopping. I think I forgot it because I didn't write it down. What's flopping over here is nothing. I don't have. Oh, me. I'm flopping. That's right. I'm flopping. I'm flopping because, I was wrong a good bit. Not a good bit. I was wrong a little bit this weekend. But I went against my own beliefs this weekend for the fact that I just figured I wasn't going to get a Super Bowl that I wanted to watch. So I just decided that everyone I like, who I'd been cheering for all year, was going to lose. And I was right on one side, wrong on the other side. I was also wrong about something we'll get into later in headlines as well. So, a few wrong things. But first, before we get into any of that, Levi, NBA season's in full effect. We're about 15 games in, which at some point I was like a quarter of the way of the season because it's only 72 games. So we're close to a quarter of the way of the season. And we got NBA takes. What you got?
All right, so I got one take.
Talking hoops.
That I'm stealing. Shout out to Brax.
Shout out Brax.
It was a great idea. I completely agree. Mad at myself why I never thought of it. But we were talking about how is this Kyrie, James Harden, KD thing going to work? And Bryce brought it to my attention, or he brought a suggestion that I thought was genius, and this can be applied to a few different teams with a few different type of these players, whatever they have. Put Kyrie on the bench, make him your 6th man, and I loved it because Kyrie's a guy. Look, he's the lesser of the 3, and Kyrie is. I think James Harden complements KD better. And so Kyrie, with him, he likes to have the ball in his hands. Let him facilitate and carry that offense, especially now that they don't have Dinwiddie's down, correct? Or was that? Yeah. So so you're lacking. You traded some of your bench guys, let Kyrie carry your bench. And so with that, I love it. Apply it also. Maybe in Washington. It should have been applied in OKC, where it should have been Harden starting with KD and let Russ come off the bench.
Harden asked him off the bench.
Do what?
Harden asked him off the bench in OKC.
Why?
Because he liked being by himself, running the unit by himself.
Yeah, I think it would have been better off let Russ run it by himself.
And then what?
And then take him off and take him out of the game when it's clutch time, and don't let him ruin it for you. I've seen Harden make NBA
Finals ever, so I couldn't tell you. I've seen Harden be good in NBA Finals in my life, so I couldn't.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So that's when this is when you swap the 2 out once it gets to the 4th quarter in clutch time, and you put Kyrie in and take Harden out.
Kyrie would quit playing basketball, like Azadi said. He would literally quit if you did that.
What, if you put him on the bench?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's better than getting traded, but.
Is it though?
I mean, he would still get starting time minutes. It's just he wouldn't be starting.
He's not going to be 6 man. He's not coming off the bench.
Okay. Well, you tell Brax it's a terrible idea then, because I thought it was genius.
I like Brax. Brax is a homie. That's a horrible.
Yeah, we'll look into the camera and tell him it was a terrible idea.
Brax is a terrible idea. I'm gonna text you about it later. How about that? You my guy though.
I thought it was a great take.
No, that doesn't work anywhere.
Yeah, put Kyrie on the bench
night for once.
Yeah, they did.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was literally shocked watching. I'm like, is this 80 points in the fourth quarter of a game with the Nets involved?
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked. I was personally shocked. But yeah, I still worry about the Nets long term because I just don't see how they stop anyone. Like any good players, I don't see what they're gonna do with them.
But who's gonna stop them though?
They're gonna stop themselves. Like you're not gonna be on every night. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, but like, you got 7 games in a series.
Kyrie took 17 shots. Harden was 7 for 10. Durant was 6 for 21. Like
nights like that, you can Durant struggled last night.
Yeah, you can beat them nights like that. Because like the thing with shooters is eventually you're gonna be off, and when they're off, it can get dark for them, real dark for them.
Yeah, you're right. But those 3 guys, I don't see all 3 of those guys getting cold. Like, look, they're gonna be able to put together an offense and put enough points up on the board in 4 out of 7 games.
Maybe not. I'm not sold on that. I'm really not.
Okay.
I mean, we just watched like those guys. I mean, we saw those guys get taken. We saw Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson get taken to 7 games just by James Harden and Chris Paul.
Yeah, you're right.
Like things can happen, especially when you play teams with great chemistry. Like I'm not sold on them making the championship. I'm not sold on them getting out of the second round depending on the matchup either. Because they can't stop. If they can't stop Colin Sexton and Bam Adebayo, not to Bam Adebayo, he's very good. Do you know what Embiid's gonna do to them?
Mm-hmm.
Like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's gonna do to them? It's gonna get dark for them boys.
Well, speaking of the young bull, Colin Sexton, shout out Colin Sexton. He's been going off lately. I love Colin Sexton. I've talked disparagingly about Colin Sexton before in my past, and I don't take any of those words back because do what?
You thought bad about Colin Sexton?
Yeah, and the fact that he's not the best team ball player. So look, Colin Sexton thrives when he's going to be the best guy on your team, but it's not going to get you anywhere. Really, you're not winning a championship with Colin Sexton as the best player on your team. Do what?
You know that based on his long NBA career.
Well, and I would say the teams just playing at. I know it's different. It's college ball, but he played with a lot of the same guys who are on this current Alabama team right now. And they had better years without Colin because, look, Colin played his best basketball game ever when it was 3 guys on the court. So you're saying that when he's playing 3-on-5.
So you're saying the guys at Alabama who are still there now and they're at their 3rd year are now better than they were when they were freshmen when Colin Sexton was there?
Oh, well, okay, that's a good point there. And there was other guys back then. Look, I'm just saying I've seen enough from Colin Sexton's game from high school to NBA to know that dude has to have the ball in his hands to be effective. But in order for him to be maximally effective, it's got to be him. He's got to be the sole guy. That's just my opinion.
They got a team with 3 guards, though, and they all share the ball pretty well and seem to be getting along just fine.
Yeah. Well, that tells you how much Cleveland ball I've watched this year.
Yeah,
but that's just a take I've held on to and will hold on to.
They got Sexton, Garland, and Okoro, and they've kind of been fine this year.
Yeah, they have been. They've been playing pretty good.
Yeah.
But also, I mean,
I think it's too early to get that take.
Hasn't Drummond been going off?
Drummond's been good. Drummond's always going to be good though.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you? I feel like you poo-pooed on me months ago about throwing Andre Drummond out there, saying he was he could help make Cleveland, a playoff team, and you laughed.
I didn't say it was gonna be a playoff team. I said they've been fine this year.
Scoffed at.
I would laugh at Cleveland for
Andre
eternity.
Drummond.
I would laugh at Cleveland for eternity.
Okay.
Yeah, like Drummond's a guy who's on a max contract and out the back end of Cleveland because he knows he's not getting another one of those.
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah. I will laugh at Cleveland forever though. That's never gonna stop happening. I'll forever love Cleveland.
Right.
Yeah, just for the record.
Oh, and Steph Curry is now number 2 all time.
Yes.
3-pointers.
Yes. He's ridiculous.
And will eventually be number 1, of course.
For sure. Hopefully he stays healthy and can get that spot.
Yeah.
For sure. On to the next. That's all your takes?
Yeah, did you have any?
Oh, I didn't give a take, did I?
No.
I'll count the Nets might not get out the second round as my take. That's my take. They might not get out.
Right now the Hawks aren't making the playoffs. Screw the Hawks. All right.
Oh yeah, that was that team.
That's right now though. I might change my mind.
Whew, that's a situation they got over there. That's the best way I can describe it as a situation. Oh, Shaq is the worst commentator. Is the worst analyst in basketball. How about that? That'd be my take.
So you didn't like the?
I'm over him.
You didn't like the back and forth.
I'm over Shaq, bro. Do you know? You want to review Shaq's last couple weeks? Let's review Shaq's last couple weeks. All right.
Go ahead.
A week ago, he talked to Nikola Jokic, who is Serbian. He thought it'd be cool to talk to him in Russian, speak to him in Russian because he didn't realize he was Serbian. Okay.
Wait, does Shaq know Russian?
Yeah, apparently so. He can speak a little Russian. He can speak a little Russian. He spoke to a Serbian in Russian.
Nice.
That's great.
Nice.
Earlier this year, he said he didn't know who Christian Wood was. He said that earlier this year to Christian Wood. I didn't know who you were. The paid NBA analyst didn't know who an NBA player was. That's awesome. Last week, he went on First Take, Levi.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same day the Don Mitchell thing happened, which is not my Twitter bio quote, Don Mitchell situation. He went on First Take, and they asked him about the Brooklyn Nets. This is after Kyrie made his debut. He was like, well, we got to see how they look when Kyrie comes back. You know, it's three guys who all like the ball. We'll see how it looks. You know, so when he comes back, how they play. And Stephen A's like, well, Kyrie played last night. He was on the court. He played in the game. He was like, oh, he did? Oh, okay. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just on TV getting paid to not do any research, bro. Like, do the bare minimum. I understand Inside the NBA is like an entertaining show, and I do find it funny sometimes, but do the bare minimum amount of research to know how to talk about your job. That's all I require from you, Shaq.
Look, Shaq only gets...
terrible analyst.
Shaq only gets paid to be Shaq, just to be there, bro. He's getting paid by Papa John's just to be a face. Is Shaq really doing anything behind the scenes at Papa John's? No. I mean, Shaq getting a lot of paychecks from a lot of different places just to be Shaq. Okay,
so he still got General Auto Insurance. I've never seen anyone with General Insurance. Have you? You know anybody with General?
Yeah.
You
do?
General. I don't know anybody with the General that has that insurance besides Shaq.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Shaq gets paid a good amount of money.
Yeah.
But he's terrible at his job. And I just require him to be better. That's all.
Okay.
Because I just want you to be better at your job. I get you being paid to be Shaq, but the thing is, NBA players getting sick of it too. Like the way Mitchell responded to him, the way Durant responded to those guys earlier. Like they're getting tired of. There's too many people out here who do their job well and really study the game that these guys respect for them to go in there and have to do these interviews to people who don't halfway know what's happening.
Yeah.
So like, do better. Do your job better.
How about let's make a new rule. Let's tell Ernie, tell Shaq, new rule. The only person he's allowed to ask questions to is Chuck, okay? Only direct your questions to Chuck and let Chuck answer them.
How about Kenny? Kenny's the only one that actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, but I say that only because I'm only here for the back and forth between Chuck and Shaq.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
Shaq. Oh, you're saying Shaq directs questions to Chuck. Oh, yeah, my bad. That's what you're saying.
Tell Ernie, tell Shaq to only direct his questions to Chuck.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
All right. Yeah, I'm with it. All right, on to headlines. Too strung out on compliments, overdose on confidence. So, Levi.
Yes.
Headlines. The stars come out at night. LeBron James, Steph Curry put up huge fourth quarters last night. Guarantees a victory. LeBron dropped 21 in the fourth, outscored the Cavs by himself.
7 for 11 from 3.
7 for 11 from 3. Those three, he hit a logo one last night.
Oh, he did?
He hit a logo one last night. Logo Bron. The logo, as you can call him. And he put up 21 in the fourth quarter to beat the Cavs. And Curry put up 15 in the final 6 minutes to secure the dub for the Warriors. They went
the Warriors
crazy.
Play?
The Timberwolves. I don't care. 15 points. It's Steph Curry do things with basketball always exciting.
Yeah. You're right.
And that's about the level of team right now. Truthfully, it's about the level of team the Warriors can beat.
Yeah.
Something scary came out about this because I realized that the Timberwolves the Warriors had the Timberwolves pick this year, but it's like top 3 to 5 protected, I think. So Timberwolves might get to keep that pick. So you know what happens next? The Warriors get the pick unprotected the next year in 2022. Are you familiar with Emoni Bates?
No.
He might be better than some NBA players right now.
Where's he from?
He's in high school.
Oh, he's in high school?
He's so good. Like, go watch some Emoni Bates highlights today. He might go to the G League he might reclassify and end up in the G League next year, which means he would be in the Warriors. He would be in the draft for the Warriors at the Timberwolves pick. So that could be terrifying. They might end up with Emoni Bates. But yeah, look, I'm gonna show you some Emoni Bates highlights later. That boy is nasty.
Yeah.
He's so cold.
I might have seen him.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to give the NBA a shout out. That was some great performances last night. Great players doing great things last night. LeBron's fourth quarter was so much fun to watch. Like he was hitting everything he shot up, he was hitting. Every single thing. And apparently he had I took that personally moment because he missed a shot in the third quarter and some Cavs staffer got super excited. And LeBron looked at him like, oh, okay, all right, bet. All right. And then 21 in the fourth quarter to end them.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to LeBron. He is doing the smart thing, of course. As he's gotten older, he's learned how to shoot the three. So, and he's incorporated that into his game. a lot more this year.
Yeah. Also, the Lakers are actually trying this year, and I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
I didn't see them trying at all. I figured they'd take this year off.
But I know they're going off from the field shooting.
They're undefeated on the road as well.
Mm.
I lost a road game this year. They are going crazy right now.
Mm.
We've gotten a lot better shooting. Like, they're down in defense a little bit, but they upped their offense from their shoot 3-point percentage from middle league to 5th, I think.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I know they're up there.
Yeah, because they weren't a good offensive team last year.
Yeah,
but they were
defense.
They were ran by defense, and they kind of switched it up this year,
mm-hmm.
and they're still just as potent. And I think defensively, you got AD, you can lock in.
Well, I mean that roster is so much better than it was last year's.
For sure. Yeah, that roster this year, I don't think anyone had them as favorite. The roster they had last year, I don't think anyone had them as favorites to go to the championship this year. The roster they had last year, I don't think anyone had them as a favorite to make the finals again. If they didn't make.
If they put out the same roster. Okay, yeah. You're right. Because I wouldn't have them either.
Right. My next one, spoiled Ireland. Conor McGregor came back after his second year layoff.
Mm-hmm.
Got knocked out in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Put to sleep and memed. Yo, I swear, bro, I couldn't be a fighter because you're not finna meme me, bro. I'm not about to put my life on the line. You're gonna put me on a meme. You're not doing that to me. I'm gonna come find one of y'all, at least one of you. My man's got memed up Saturday night. I was very wrong about this fight. In fairness, a lot of us were. Because this was a rematch. This Poirier and Conor McGregor was a rematch. They fought 5 years ago, maybe longer than that actually. But it was at a different weight. But the thing was, Poirier's still very hittable, and Conor hits very hard.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't account for is that Conor has not evolved with the times in his year off.
Mm-hmm.
And Dustin brought some techniques that have exploded in the last couple of years that Conor had never seen before, like the calf kick. Calf kick basically dead legs you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 of those, you can't walk up your leg well. And he hit Conor with some of those, and they've been exploding in basically for a couple of years. Conor had no comeback for him, and he talked about him in this press conference 5 minutes. Those calf kicks, I hadn't seen that before. Bro, you ain't studied no game tape. You ain't been up on what's been going on in the game. And the camp Dustin Poirier is from they kind of popularized that kick, so he just wasn't prepared. I didn't expect him to not have evolved with the times, and Poirier has evolved with the times. He was very ready, put that boy out. Gave him a nice little quick.
I think Conor was there just for the check.
I think Conor took it seriously because Conor can get bigger checks and other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Conor apparently Conor and Manny Pacquiao are talking about fighting, bro.
Oh.
Well,
speaking of people who need checks,
he for sure needs checks. But
yeah.
But no, I think Conor took it seriously. I think he underestimated because last year he came back and had a 40-second win over Donald Cerrone, who's not on Dustin Poirier's level. I think that gave him too much confidence, thinking I can take a year off, come back and do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really understand that, bro, it's a different level sometimes. And he even now that year off game made him too rusty. I like how he talked after the fights. He thought he did want to come back and get more back in the cage, which is interesting because I thought he might disappear again. But he actually wants to get back, so we'll see what happens now. Shout out to Poirier, Louis Lafayette. He's a good dude. Dustin Poirier's a dope dude. He has a lot of charitable stuff, so I'm a big Dustin Poirier.
Shout out. So you still wouldn't get into a UFC ring even if they paid you $55,000 per second to stand in there?
Me?
Yeah.
Per second? I'm gonna last about 5 seconds.
Okay. But you'll take it though? I mean, that's 55,000 times 5.
My hospital bill is gonna be high.
That's true.
That's the thing. And UFC medical care ain't really all that great if you're not like a superstar. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think, how about this? Just let them, if they give you a little bump, just to check you a little bit, just go ahead, lean into it, or just fake it. Act like you're not out.
If I can make a side agreement to my opponent, yo, you can take me down, you know what I'm saying? I'll fake get up for a minute. Yeah. You throw me in the sub about 2 minutes in, I'll tap. Yeah, I'll do that for sure.
Because that's how much money, when you calculate it, the time in the ring and all that, that's what Conor made, 55,000.
Oh yeah, I think he got a pay-per-view percentage too.
Yeah, he did. So if you calculate all that together, it goes down to $55,000
He definitely
per second.
He definitely got the check.
Yeah.
Next headline: the quarterback carousel. Matthew Stafford's latest QB, who was talking about leaving their team. Apparently, he and Detroit are going to work on a situation to get him traded. Some spots that according to Michael Lombardi might be looking at him are the Colts, Patriots, and Broncos. And Stafford might be very interested in the Colts. Actually, just think about that.
It seems very fitting.
I like the Colts being the old QB thing. For a year.
Exactly.
Come be old for a year. It's like football's Florida.
Yeah,
just come be old.
Because I feel like Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, even though those weren't even their older years, they just played like old men and just carried themselves like old men anyway. So you think about
Andrew Luck
it,
had
they're just old guys.
Flip phone or something.
Yeah.
Stafford's only 32 years old, by the way.
That's crazy.
He's been young forever.
God.
He's been young forever, bro.
How? He's 32.
He's 32. I just looked it up. He's 32.
How many years has he been in the league, bro?
35. It's not even mathematically possible. He's been there 35
Also,
years.
I want to ask, why do Georgia fans not champion
2009.
Matthew Stafford? Because Georgia, they got a starting QB in the NFL, but not a lot of people throw his name out there.
I feel like if he was better, they would.
But yeah,
I think
he's in Detroit. I think that's the problem. Nobody watches the Lions play.
Yeah,
nobody talks about him. But I mean, he's good.
Yeah,
he's a gunslinger.
Stafford's a weird one because Stafford was the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
but I feel like he never got the scrutiny of number 1 overall pick
because he went to Detroit. I just feel like that's just one of those places you go and
nondescript.
Yeah, nobody talks about you. I mean, we talk about that all the time when it's NBA, NFL, whatever. Yeah. You go to a certain place, you could have been the hottest thing since sliced bread, but you go there and everybody's going to forget about you.
That could be it. Yeah. I remember he threw 5,000 yards. And we were like, oh, okay, that clearly makes him a good quarterback. And everybody started doing it. It's like, oh, okay. Never mind. I understand. But yeah,
just throws a lot of interceptions to him.
He does. How many picks did he have this year? I think Caldwell kind of fixed it. He went 26-10 this year, but I don't think he played it. Oh, he played all 16 games. Yeah, he went 26-10 this year. But yeah, what do you think? To the Colts, what team do you think fits him best? Colts,
the Falcons.
Come home, him and Gurley.
Yeah,
Georgia boys.
Stretch it out. That he's got a way stronger arm than Matt Ryan. Yeah, I'm sort of surprised he wasn't in the Falcons, or you didn't mention the Falcons in that list. But I would say the Colts.
Yeah. I think the Colts, because I mean the Colts realistically, Carson Wentz thing sounds like they can't realistically go get Carson Wentz. That's too much money.
Yeah.
And it's too much money for the Eagles to trade. So Stafford might be the next best thing.
I would say maybe possibly to the Patriots. And I'll only say that. Yeah, I say that because since they're so used to look, you can run a Tom Brady type scheme there because Matthew Stafford is a straight up pocket passer. You're not getting that dude out of the pocket. So I mean, I don't think you'd have to make a lot of adjustments, around. You can kind of carry on with the same thing with Matthew Stafford, I would think.
And it'd be a nice patch job because they got to find a way to get some weapons in there.
Yeah.
For whatever quarterback they get in the future. And the thing is, they don't have a super high draft pick either. So they might end up with a guy who they need to sit for a year.
While we're talking about this, what's the deal with the Patriots and Cam? Wasn't that just a 1 year thing?
Yeah, that's a 1 year deal.
So he's now a free agent? I guess not technically yet, but will be a free agent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they anticipate on... Has reports already came out about that?
Nah.
I don't think they're going to pick him back up.
They probably won't bring him back.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
But with the Patriots, so, I mean, I don't... Look, if you're Cam, I wouldn't want to stay at the Patriots either because that's going to be a few more years. Look, if you're Cam, you're kind of in win now mode.
So bad.
Yeah,
that roster is just not.
They got a lot of holes to plug and to fix. So
you got to be a real ceiling raiser to be like the Patriots quarterback, and I don't think Cam's that anymore.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I mean, with Cam, he needs to go to a destination where they're focused on winning now.
Yeah.
So
I think right now, since the Patriots, this is an article a few weeks ago, the Patriots might have the 15th pick, like in 15. So you may get a quarterback there. I don't know which one you're getting if they're sold on somebody, but they need so much more besides that.
I'll throw one out just because I've seen it in some people's mock drafts, I believe, and it makes sense with the relationship and the school that it is. But I think Mac Jones, because a lot of the other QBs will be picked up by then.
Yeah.
So I think Mac Jones will probably be your best available at that time.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which fits because that's another dude. Good God, Mac Jones, bro. Learn how to freaking slide, dude. Like, good. My guy almost injured himself 3 or 4 different times in 3 or 4 different games just sliding, dude. Yeah. Have you seen him slide?
I haven't.
He tries to do the baseball slide, but what happens is he kind of pulls up on it too early, so he gets his knee. Yeah, his knee gets caught in the grass. So, he keeps dragging his knee. Yeah. Good Lord, bro. Like, Mac, learn how to slide, bro. You're going to have to do that in the NFL.
For sure. Kazadi says that Matthew Stafford is the gunslinger version of Alex Smith, and that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Alex Smith was also number 1 overall.
I mean, I think Matthew Stafford's the closest thing we have to Brett Favre in the league. So
I can see that. Yeah. Especially, because he has the interceptions too. The gun arm and the interceptions. He does both. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
2 Southern guys up in the up in the Midwest, up there, guns slinging it in the snow and whatever. I don't know.
My last headline, which we will get further into later, the coaching carousel continues.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles and Detroit Lions finished their coaching searches.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles hired Colts offensive coordinator who didn't call plays, even though everyone told me that was qualification to be a head coach, Nick Sirianni. And the Lions hired the tight end and assistant head coach, assistant to the Sean Payton, Dan Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Biter of kneecaps, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get into this later.
Yeah, we'll get into more of this later.
I will tease it, though. I'm giving out some grades.
Zadi says, first round for Mac Jones. Ain't no Alabama receivers out there. Yeah, it's real. It's real.
That's true.
But yeah, we're gonna get further into this coaching discussion later. But that is these ones who not that headline. So yeah,
I'm giving somebody an A++.
Ooh, a plus.
Yeah,
All
a
right.
plus.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go on to not the expert of the week.
Oh, can I throw a headline in because I forgot to?
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna throw in my what's popping, but look, go ahead, start typing in the comments. Say, "Oh, Levi, you're right. You're so smart." Blah blah. Whatever you want to say. The praise, I'm not here for it. But if you like to extend it, I will take it. Alabama is officially number 9 and number 8 in the coaches and AP poll in basketball. We're undefeated in the SEC.
I heard Tennessee ain't won a game in a minute. They lost again?
Yeah, we took their juju away.
That's what happened.
Yeah, they're on a 3-game slide after losing to us. But it doesn't. I mean, it really doesn't matter. We've beaten. Look, they're all scrubs.
That is correct. You're just the best of the scrubs for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's.
I've watched zero college basketball this year. I'm just throwing them out.
Yeah, I mean,
I've just seen scores. I'm throwing them out.
Look, everybody's. I get it. Whatever. It's the Corona season, but you can't convince me though that. If it was a regular season that, we would have Kentucky and Duke and North Carolina back to where they, are supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not like that anymore, people. Go look at the freaking recruiting, what's going on. Not everybody's dumping into these schools anymore. So, that's what explains it.
Going at the other places. The like, projected draft picks are just going different places.
Yeah, exactly. So, Baylor, Gonzaga,
it is an abnormal year, the fact that Kentucky, Carolina and Duke are like all unranked.
Yeah.
That is a strange year.
Yeah. Well, Coach K, I think Coach K just needs to retire. He's kind of lost it. He made the headlines again this week.
I saw he apologized. What'd he do?
So that was something I wanted to bring up if you wanted to talk about that. But he said, student reporter, virtual, he asked him, Coach, where do you go from here? Or, coming out of that loss, like, what's your mindset now? What do you do from here? And then Coach K was like, you asked me that? What do you do, kid? What's your major, huh? What's your major? And it's just kind of awkward because it's like Zoom or whatever. So he's trying to figure out the major. So it's going to be back and forth. So I'm an econ major. He's like, okay, well, let's say you just got out of your econ final and you did really poorly on it and you did bad on it. And you walk out of that room and I walk up to you and say, hey, what's your mindset now? What are you going to do after that, final? Like, how are you going to...
are you serious?
Yeah, and he was like, you don't do that, do you? He was like, give us 24 hours or 48 hours to think about it. So people were going in on him, and I think...
So he complained about doing his job and doing a press conference that he's been doing for years?
Yeah, exactly. No. Coach K has lost it. Go ahead and get out of here. Look, he's already... When they started this season 0-3, and he's out here trying to... saying, you know what, guys, like, it's really selfish that we're out here in the first place. Bro, I get it. Like, I get the sentiment of it, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you are the last person that needs to be telling us this right now because you're the most successful coach in the history of men's college basketball, pretty much, and you're out here. You started out 0-3, like your worst start ever, and then you're going to say, oh, you know what? It's just selfish in general that we're even out here playing. No, get out of here, man. Like, he's been pulling crap like this all season, so Coach K, retire. It was great.
What's weird is
bye.
I do think he was right about that, but this
he was
press conference thing,
terrible messenger. Wrong time. Yeah, exactly.
This press conference thing is garbage. Like you ask people questions after you've been doing this for how many years?
Yeah,
Coach K.
But
you know what the K stands for?
Yeah.
Clown. How about that?
But yeah, I know my Rona thing was a poor example, but it was the only one I could think of right now. No, I feel like he's made the headline every week.
It was real convenient.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, get out of here.
I understand.
That's why my boy Nate Oates called him out. He said, "Well, I just think he's scared." And he is.
And Nate Oates was looking like, hey, I have a good team now. I might actually win because y'all are terrible.
Nate Oates.
And he was like, I might actually win because everybody's terrible now. Let me make sure I come out against this. Keep my season going.
I want y'all to keep hating. Keep hating. Oh, you know what I love the most, too, is that last year I could troll. Like when Auburn was doing great in basketball and everybody was like, oh, Auburn's a basketball school. What's Auburn done this year? They've done nothing. And so nobody's picking. I can't get into any fights anymore on social media because there's no Auburn fans that don't want any of the smoke. They keep. So yesterday I shared the news about us being in the top 10. I just went ahead and told all the Auburn fans, yeah, y'all just keep scrolling. Don't even acknowledge this because I know y'all aren't. They were last year telling us they were a basketball school when they're not even a football school. You're a horse school. That's it. A horse.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, horse.
I was real confused. Like, wait a minute.
Yes.
All right.
Equestrian school. That's what you are.
Yes. Let's get it's not the experts of the week.
Yes.
About who you slandering this week. You're not the expert.
Well, I do not know this lady's name.
Oh, okay.
But
unnamed not the expert.
Yes, an unnamed.
This is new.
She was not, yeah. She was not named in the reports. But a lady who lives in Mexico. I read this last night. Mm-hmm. She got on her husband's Facebook and she saw. She was like, huh, this is weird. My husband just posted a picture. You know, he's got this picture with this really young, skinny chick. What's going on here? Clicks over to the next one. Oh, here's another one. Oh, here's another one. And she is mad.
I saw this yesterday.
Yeah. And so, like any normal, rational human being would do when they get mad, you don't talk about it. You just go stab them repeatedly.
Stabby stabs.
Yeah. So this lady, so she sees these pictures on his social media with this younger lady, skinnier lady, gets mad, goes and stabs him, comes to find out, oh, those are pictures of both of them from years ago.
This story was so crazy when I saw that.
Good. Yes. That is ridiculous, bro. Like she
called a charge for stabbing somebody, her husband, for posting her.
Yeah, exactly.
He cheated on her with herself.
Yes. Yeah.
That was wild. Yeah. I saw that.
The expert of the week.
For sure, the unnamed stabbing lady. My not the expert of the week goes out to we're saying the NBA. Someone committed a cardinal sin last night and got ejected for it, thankfully. Mm-hmm. Jamal Murray got ejected last night. You know what Jamal Murray did?
No.
Threw a groin shot, man.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Wait, with
directly in the groin. Hands to groin. Direct.
He couldn't even go with the Draymond kick.
No, he didn't even play it off. He just straight to groin. And that is the biggest offense you can commit as a grown man. Yeah. So Jamal Murray, you might not the expert of the week. And also shout out to you for being out the bubble and turning back to your regular overpaid self, by the way.
Yes.
Salute to that.
Yeah.
I don't call people overpaid, but shout out to you for being back to being normal and your 16-point average. Yeah, that's disgusting, Jamal, and I hope they find you your whole salary. Even though it's not what they do, but hope they find your whole salary. Goodbye. Experts of the week. Now, Levi, I have 2 experts of the week. Okay. Kind of give one, then you give yours, then I give the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to start in MMA? Do you want my ironic one first or my serious one first?
Do your ironic one.
Okay. My expert of the week. The UFC president Dana White declared war against piracy.
Oh yeah. I saw it. Okay, yeah.
He declared war against piracy. And he was talking, okay, this is what he did, right? Well, he started on Instagram, right? Somebody was making a joke about how they're going to pirate the event.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you tried. I got something for all y'all. That's basically what he said, right? So then everybody got excited, like, oh, Dana's going to come after the pirate guys. Let's see what happens here. And he went to a press conference before the fight. He was like, oh, yeah, we got one. Mm-hmm. We got one. He did the whole, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got one pirate. And he was like, yeah, we got his phones tapped. We're listening to his phone conversations. Like, Dana, there's no way you got legal bounds to listen to anybody's phone conversations ever because they were bootlegging your little sorry event. Your overpriced event. $70, by the way. $70 for that event. $70. When you already subscribed to the ESPN Plus app.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he could talk about how they got his phone tapped and everything. So Saturday night comes, the event goes, like, so how'd it go with the streamer, with the pirate guy? You know what Dana says? Oh, he didn't even stream the event. Yeah, he put out a statement telling people I'm not streaming the event and told them how to go legally get it. Yeah. And that's good because we had him. Yeah. I'm going to get one every single event. Yeah. So shout out to Dana White defeating internet piracy one person at a time. Yeah. What a guy. What a champion. Incredible.
For each of these events, I would love for Dana to come dressed out as a pirate, come to the podium, actually make him walk the plank, come next to a plank, bring your guy that you caught for the week and make him walk a plank into a kiddie pool in front of all the media. That'd be great.
That man caught a whole...
I would love for him to dive into this character.
That man allegedly caught one streamer, which I don't even believe. No one believes this story. It sounded good until he started keep talking, because he was like, this way he said, he was like, so when he pushes that button, we're going to get him. When he pushes that button, like, I don't think you know how this works at all. I don't know how it works either. I definitely know you don't know.
Some are speculating he's the reason why the app crashed.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, because apparently ESPN app crashed. Yeah, it crashed, and a lot of people couldn't watch the event.
JJ Watt asked for a refund. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. So, and I think he's gonna have to give out because there were people who paid money and never got to see a second of the match.
Yeah, I think people missed like 2 of the fights on the card.
Yeah. And so some people speculate that you could accredit that to Dana White. He brought the hackers upon him.
He started a war with the wrong people.
Yeah.
And then what's funny is he tried to downplay that. He was like, I think it was just the West Coast thing. Only about 2,000 people got affected. Like, okay, Dana, that's 2,000 people who paid for an event, as opposed to the internet streams, which I heard. Don't know about it. I heard they ran very smoothly. The streams from people told me.
Wasn't you though?
No, it wasn't me. No. I watched highlights.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, walk the plank. Dan's gonna make a power walk the plank. That's my takeaway from that. What's your expert of the week?
I'll go. Well, number 1, I'll just throw it out there. Hank Aaron. I don't have to say anything else after that, except for R.I.P.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. You're
my last one. I'm going to the courts with this one. Circuit judge, whatever they call it, Circuit City Court judge, whatever they call him. Rodolfo A. Ruiz II. This man saved the world. You know what? You know what he did?
What he did?
If you remember, Robert Kraft went to that massage parlor and got a little too handsy, if you will, and got arrested.
I'd say somebody else got a little too handsy, maybe.
Yeah, there was too many hands involved. So, he got arrested and everything. Well, the case, they had it for surveillance footage. It became a whole federal thing. But, stuff got dropped because apparently the footage was illegally obtained because they didn't have legal rights to film in there, which, big money can get you out of things like that. But this judge ordered the videotape of him in there to be destroyed. And thank you so much for sparing all of us from scrolling on Twitter and accidentally seeing that on our timeline.
Yes.
That is a 78-year-old man, and none of us need to see that. Thank you, Rodolfo A. Ruiz II. We appreciate you for saving all of us. Thank you so much. Also, Robert Kraft, you spent a lot of money to get out of that. That was a really expensive situation.
How much money he spent?
You got to think he had good lawyers, right? That was like a Fed investigation. Like, the Feds busted in there.
Yeah.
Like, they had everything. The place told him he got out of that.
Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He overpaid.
Yeah.
He definitely overpaid. Whatever price he paid it wasn't worth all this. Go private next time. You're a billionaire. Go private. Why are you flying down to Florida in the playoffs? Like, whatever, Kraft. People know how to do crimes, man.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, well, I had one more.
I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I won't even get into it because I forgot what he's already said by now. But I just love the post-game conference. The post-game interview so much. And then I got lost in a YouTube rabbit hole of watching some interviews of him. But shout out to Jerry Stackhouse, man. I love what he's doing over at Vandy. And he's keeping the foot on the gas. No excuses over there. But I just love Jerry Stackhouse in general and the way he carries himself.
Stackhouse put hands on you too.
Yeah. Have you seen his interview?
No.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't realize Jerry Stackhouse was at Vanderbilt.
I forgot he was at. Yeah, I knew he was, but I forgot until I saw it. But it was 2 minutes of comedy because he didn't hold back. He just told him how he
going off.
Yeah, told him how he really feels.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
not the expert. Oh wait, we already did that. Yeah. Never mind.
So
wait, I'm in a predicament here.
What's up?
Can you start this while I
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I get strawberry lemonade.
Yes, it is.
Every time. So we are going to
I had a bottle of water before that.
Oh yeah, you well hydrated. We're going to the AFC Championship this weekend that took place. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. So I picked the Bills to win this game. I was wrong. I picked the Bills because I wanted the Mahomes Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl. And the way football has worked this year, I don't get the things I want. I wanted the Eagles to not be terrible. Guess what they were? Terrible. So I went with what I figured the NFL wanted for me, which was for me to not be happy. So I picked the Bucs and the Bills to win. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are too strong for these NFL desires. They got too much weight. They have too much weight for it. No, that's a fact because Levi is the only person following college basketball. I don't know anyone else. I haven't seen anyone else say a word about college basketball except him. He's the only person. So yeah, I didn't watch the game live because I was annoyed by the Packers Buccaneers game. So I was kind of tired, so I took a nap, and I watched it this morning. Kansas City, pretty good football team. The thing that's scary with Kansas City is that all their main players are under contract control for the next like few years, which is terrifying because that means they can be back. And let's talk about Patrick Mahomes for a second, y'all. Patrick Mahomes has been a full-time starter for 3 years. He has been at least to the AFC Championship every year. He's been to the Super Bowl back-to-back years now. This is the most unprecedented run we've ever seen. Some guys only been to one Super Bowl in their entire life, and Mahomes is already going to his second. Like, that's crazy. He's encapsulating an entire career of work in like 4 seasons. That's ridiculous. The Chiefs are ridiculous. Shout out to Andy Reid for walking it up, locking it up, doing all his coaching stuff there. They doing all the things he couldn't do in Philadelphia. Shout out to him for using all the years in Philadelphia to grow into this champion that he has become now. And that was kind of shady. I still love Andy, but I'm just saying. Can you give me one Andy? Just one Andy. All right, Levi, you're back.
Yeah, I really don't have much on this AFC Championship game.
You want to talk about Sean McDermott coaching scared?
Yeah, what'd he do again?
He kicked he set up like 3 field goals in the red zone.
Yeah, you're right.
4th and short.
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro? I think this is an example of somebody getting in their own head.
Yeah.
Mariah, it was kind of shady. That was a little shady, Mo. I threw it was a little shade on Andy Reid. But my thing with you're playing the Chiefs, bro. Bro, they had 4th and 3 at like the inside the red zone, like very close. Like the next would have been 1st and goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
My man, get the field goal line and take 3. You're playing the Chiefs. Field goals don't get you nowhere but to death. And they got him closer and closer to death every time.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I think he got in his own head. I really think he got in his own head.
Yeah.
Because after the game, he was like, I feel like we were struggling to put up points. You think that helped? 3 points? Think that helped you a lot? No. But yeah. I will say, I'm still skeptical of the Chiefs defense. Yeah. Because while they did technically get stopped, they got some good stops in this game. They also were kind of, you did get into the red zone, and I don't think that's going to work against everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't selling for field goals in those situations, and it could have looked different if they didn't. So, but overall, I was impressed with what they did because I thought the Bills' defense would be able to stop them a little more than they did. And I thought Mahomes' bad toe and half concussion would be more of a problem than it was, but it wasn't a problem.
Yeah, I thought it would be too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that defense was able to generate a lot of pressure on Josh Allen. And they were able to hold him in the pocket, too, where he couldn't get loose, and he had to use his arm. And that's the key.
Josh has the thing that every good scrambling quarterback has that infuriates the fans, but also makes the fans love him, where you don't want to just take the sack or throw the ball away.
Yes.
Like, he had so many sacks where it was like he just kept holding a stiff arm out, and they just wouldn't let him go. And then you lost another 12 yards because you just kept holding on to the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has that going for him, but I don't think Josh played great in this game.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I think the spotlight got to him a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it got to the whole team, really. The pressure that situation got to him.
I think so, too, because the Bills were the most talked about team pretty much going into this week, I think. And
they were looked at as a big threat to the Chiefs.
Yes.
For sure, yeah.
And I think they're kind of viewed as America's team, you could say, because this is even based off last year. If you look at somebody did... It was like Reuters or somebody. They did a 2020 NFL playoffs Twitter map.
Yeah.
And so like kind of the fans and they were basing off like which states cheered for which teams. And Buffalo had the most states. Like you could have called them So maybe I think that comes with the added pressure of it because everybody's cheering for you.
Right.
All eyes on you.
There will be no jumping through burning tables anymore.
No.
The table burning has ceased.
Yeah.
But
sad day.
Yeah. Sean McDermott, let that be listed. You don't go scared no more.
Yeah.
Andy Reid didn't teach you that when you were in Philly. Next, you want to go to the NFC Championship?
Yes, NFC Championship.
The game we were both right about because we both picked the Bucs to win.
Mm-hmm.
For me, this was an example of styles make fights. The Packers went 13-3 this year. The team that embarrassed them this year was the Bucs. And Rodgers was sacked, I think, 17 times this year, something like that, maybe more. 10 of them in these two games were to the Bucs. The Bucs are just a bad matchup for them. And losing David Bakhtiari didn't help that situation. We down offensive linemen. But I think the Bucs just a really bad matchup for them. That defense, good. What was the Packers' defense in the first half?
Trash.
Like
Kevin King.
That's when you turn off Madden because you can't get up because it's cheating on third down.
Yeah.
Because they kept every third down possible, they kept giving up. And you know what annoyed me? Like one point in the first half, because you know how like defensive players do, they get a stop on first, second, third down, they be celebrating. Like y'all shouldn't celebrate till you get off the field on third down.
Yeah.
You know what they didn't do? Got field on third down.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Just conversion after conversion.
They were. I thought I had it written down how many third down conversions they had, but
it was a lot of them.
It was a lot.
Yeah, all of them basically until the second half.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I. What's weird is I saw a tweet about this, right? It was like last year the Packers, Josh said it to me, it's like last year the Packers were 13-3, losing the NFC Championship. In the offseason, they draft no one that can help that situation, go 13-3, losing the conference championship again. Like they just, I don't know, man. I was not unimpressed. And I felt like I had a feeling going into it because if you get cooked in the game, it's hard for me to pick you. The same reason I didn't pick the Bucs against the Saints, because like I understand the Saints have issues, but they cooked the Bucs twice.
Yeah. Like
it's hard for me to pick you when I've watched you visually, seen you get flambéed out here, and they've got flambéed, and they flambéed the Packers, and it was a bad look. It's ugly. How'd you feel about the 4th and 8 thing? The fourth down, taking the field goal instead of going for it.
Yeah. So there's
because I'm so in person.
It's a little layered to this because at the time when it happened, I questioned it, but I did not scrutinize it just because I thought it made a little bit of sense. Now,
if your defense has been getting stops and you've got nowhere on the red zone, I kind of get the call.
Exactly. But I have to take it back though and scrutinize it now because if you think if they don't convert it, you've got the Buccaneers pinned inside their own 20.
That's a good point.
You got way better field goal. So
yeah,
I don't know why I didn't scrutinize it at the time because I thought it made sense because I was right there with you. But then I thought, wait, if they didn't convert it,
that's true.
They would have been pinned inside the 20.
That's an angle I didn't consider actually.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
So I thought about that. But so everybody's talking about this, right? It's the big thing, like, oh, Matt LaFleur, that was so stupid. Why didn't you do it? Why aren't we talking, which I know a lot of people are talking about, and I'm not hating on him because you should have given Aaron Rodgers the four downs, but Aaron Rodgers, when they ask you why you didn't run on third down, don't say, oh, well, I thought I had another down to do it. You should have ran it anyways, bro. It would have given you more yards at least on the next attempt. Like, my man's threw it into triple coverage, bro, and he had it wide open in front of him.
But I'm thinking about this.
Okay.
And Rodgers 37 years old. Maybe his legs don't move like that no more, bro.
And I did think, so when I was watching that game, bro, and I saw him, he had that right side. I was like, oh, he can run that. Yeah. And then he throws it, right?
Right.
And so they're running back the replay on it. And they're doing the 20 different camera angles that they have, right? So as they're going through the different camera angles and showing you that, no matter how you look at it, he was triple covered.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, as I'm seeing these angles, I'm looking at the whole time. I'm not even watching the catch.
Yeah.
I'm looking at where these secondary guys are and where Aaron Rodgers is and angles. Yeah. And I'm thinking okay, he is a little old. And back in the day, Aaron Rodgers would have had that angle. Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, bro, that would have put you at least at 4th and 1. Yeah, exactly.
It'd been a much easier decision to make.
Exactly. Yeah, so I think it was a terrible decision. And for him to... Look, just say, bro, you messed up. You should have run. Don't say you thought you had 4 downs because to me that even makes less sense that you're going to throw it into because really it makes more sense to me to throw it into triple coverage on your last attempt if that's the only thing you have left. So
the thing,
get out of here, Aaron Rodgers.
The thing with that, right? I think I hate criticizing plays like that, especially when I see screens like, oh, we should have done this because like football moves so fast.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to like really know what you should have done. I think his answer is kind of weird though.
Yeah.
But also, I think getting sacked so much that day, being under so much pressure, probably threw him off.
No, it probably
so
did.
Maybe that has something to do with it too. I don't know. But yeah, that's a bad answer though.
Yeah.
That's 11. That's a terrible answer.
So I would just say that all the scrutiny has been on Matt LaFleur for that call, when we could definitely say, it's like any game where something goes wrong late and then you say, everybody. Hey, you can't blame, blame that one thing. Exactly. Yeah. But I got a few different things I want to say on this. Number one is that I think I finally noticed, and I've gotten it down, Chris Godwin's relationship pattern with the football. He's really in it just for the chase, okay? All you footballs out there, Chris Godwin is only in it for the chase, and he's only here if you make it difficult.
My man is tripping in a contract year, by the way.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. So Chris Godwin, he's not going to catch the easy ones, bro. Like, if you're really into him and you want to go right into his hands, he don't want it, bro. He's going to drop you. But if you make it hard to catch, he's going to go get it for you.
He did snatch the one that made no sense to catch.
Exactly. Right after he dropped one that hit him in the chest,
real
bro.
You remember Sammy Coates at Auburn? He only caught ridiculous passes?
Yes.
Like, that's like the Chris Godwin thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the more ridiculous it is, the better I can catch it. Mm-hmm. It's strange.
Yeah.
It's strange.
It's weird. It's a toxic relationship that you shouldn't have with the football.
Especially
Chris.
in the contract year, bro.
Yeah.
You messing up the bag.
Yeah. Another thing, too, is Kevin King.
Woo!
Bruh, my man's got exposed out there by everybody. Like, he was in on every play. I love those pictures, especially the one of him under Lenny, playoff Lenny. He was under playoff Lenny. Like, he was everywhere, bro. But Scotty Miller runs a 4.3 flat, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, like Mina Khan said, there's nothing deceptive about Scotty Miller's speed.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, isn't Scotty Miller the dude where Deion Sanders stopped in the middle of the Combine broadcast and said, whoa, and he was really surprised, and they're like, Deion, why are you surprised? And he was like, possible. You know why I'm surprised, but I can't say it on TV. And he's like, I got to shake his hands. I'm pretty sure that was Scotty Miller.
Possible, yes.
Yeah, so the dude runs a 4.3 flat. He's fast. Also, but I do give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, and this may just because they were talking about it, but in my head, I thought they were going to do it too. They had 8 seconds left. I thought they were going to throw it to the out. And then, because I'm thinking, Tom Brady don't really want to chunk it down there right now. So they're going to go a little out route. So I think that's the way he played it, I think King was anticipating him to hit the sideline, but he didn't. And he just kept running.
The play call was also terrible. Like,
the defensive play call or off? Okay, yeah. The offensive play call was great because they surprised me. I thought, they pulled a little Bruce Arians there.
Defensive play call was terrible.
Not a Bruce Arians, Andy Reid with Chad Henne.
I was watching NFL Live, and they asked Mark Spears about that play. And they're like, so what happened on this play? He goes, Marcus, it's like all he said was, Mike Patton out here point shaving. He's like, he clarified, of course, like not really point shaving, but that's such a bad call. I understand it. Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was a bad call.
You touched on Aaron Rodgers' press conference yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, can I say one more before we get deeper? I'm sorry. Another one thing too, I just want to throw out is shout out to Dickie V for pitching himself as a Pepto man. Did you see those tweets?
I've heard he was having a rough time.
Yeah, he's a big Tampa Bay fan, and he kept posing selfies with a bottle of Pepto and just saying, the diaper dandy is going to need to be changed tonight. Aaron Rodgers giving me diarrhea. So shout out to Dickie V. I don't think that was planned. I don't think Pepto hit him up and told him to do that, but they look for that in the future. Yeah. Also, Murphy Bunting, the corner for Tampa Bay, who got that interception. But, should have been
that pulling him in hold.
Yeah, should have been called a holding. So I get it. I see the hold. But for once in my life, I'm siding with Dominique Foxworth. He got on Twitter, of course. And what did he say? He didn't see nothing. That was a great.
What did he say about the flag?
That was a great no call.
What did you say about the flag at the end of the game?
I have no idea what he said about that.
What do you say about that?
Oh, what do I say?
What do you say about that?
Let it be.
Okay,
it's whatever.
Levi picked the Bucs to go to Super Bowl before the season.
Exactly, bro. That's why I couldn't get mad at it. That's why I couldn't get mad at it. But I am giving. Look, it just got proven. I thought, wow. I was surprised he caught the ball. Like, picked it. It looked really weird, from the angle. But I was like, man, yeah, you got to give that to him because a corner was able to make that. That was such a good.
He only caught it because he held him.
But that was still so impressive, like how he was able to get his hands up like that and catch it. Look,
the hold was impressive.
Yeah, look, my point was proven even further on that very next drive, or no, as the drive continued when the next drive when they got the ball and Brady threw that prayer and hit Mark Redmond right in the freaking hands, a secondary for Green Bay. I mean, it just fell right into his hands and he dropped. And I was like, see, that's exactly why you reward Murphy Bunting, because any other secondary player, cornerback, they're not catching that football. So if the dude made the play and was able to catch the football, let it be.
Next topic.
Secondary suck. Why do y'all suck so much? Like, why do y'all have frying pan hands? I just don't get it. Y'all should be able to catch the ball.
That's why they DBs, man.
Yeah, I know. I can see that, bro. Like they're bad. Both those in the AFC too. Like both sides had dropped interceptions. Yeah. Like it was so bad. Sorry.
You good? Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron did the thing at the press conference. We I don't know what my future holds and all that good stuff. And Packers fans got scared. Mm-hmm. The GM came out like, Aaron ain't going nowhere. Aaron's our leader. We ain't getting rid of Aaron Rodgers. Because you know why he did that? Because Jordan Love didn't, or what's his name?
Jordan Love, yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Love didn't suit up for a single game this year, and it was his first round pick. He didn't suit up for a game.
Why?
Because he's not good. Apparently. They blew that pick.
He didn't suit up.
He didn't suit up. I saw it on Reddit this morning. He did not suit up for a game this year.
Who's their second string?
A man named Tim Boyle. I'm looking at depth chart right now. Tim Boyle is second string. Jordan Love's third string. First round pick, who they traded up for in the first round to take, Levi.
Yeah.
That's why Aaron can't go nowhere. Because the GM gonna look stupid. Yeah. You gotta force Jordan Love out here. So yeah.
You think they're getting the wide receiver this year? Well, they got other places that need to be addressed. Though,
yeah. So. They should draft every cornerback possible and hope one of them's good.
Yeah.
At this point, right?
That's true. Yeah, they should do that.
Yeah. I think the receiver thing, I think it would have helped to have a second one because, like, Chase Claypool was still on the board. Mm-hmm. T. Higgins was available. Like, those are game changers when you put those with Devontae Adams. Like, the receivers they have now are nice, but you get one of those next to Devontae, you're in a different world, right? Mm-hmm. But this is another good receiving class. Maybe they go receiver this year. Mm-hmm. But they have other places they can address. Yeah. Unless they want to, for the first time in their lives, embrace free agency. Maybe find somebody there, find a cornerback, something there. Because they need help. They need, like you said, they need help in a few places.
What?
They didn't address it in the draft properly.
Everyone who loves Aaron Rodgers, that isn't beholden to the Packers. They're just Rodgers fans. They're all yelling, "Get out, Aaron." These people do not want to see you succeed. They don't love you. Get out.
I'm not in that camp either. And I love Aaron. I'm not in that camp, though.
Yeah, so
really not.
I'm not in that camp either. Yeah. And the reason why is because I don't think the organization is out here scheming on Aaron Rodgers, wanting him to fail. We were having this conversation last night, and somebody was saying, I think it was Brax, who's saying, name me one other quarterback in this league who's never gotten a wide receiver drafted for them or something like that. You know, just saying Aaron Rodgers never had a weapon. Round. Yeah, I said, well, I'll throw one QB out there, and I may be wrong, but I'll just take a guess, Brett Favre, because the Packers have ran that organization the same for ever, bro. That's why they picked up freaking Jordan Love this year, because they thought he was going to be the next Patrick Mahomes or then their next Aaron Rodgers to their Brett Favre. So, but that's just how, look, everything Green Bay has done as of lately is nothing new. So I don't know why we're still talking, like getting hung up on this and expecting them to change.
The biggest indictment on Green Bay is the fact they have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks and they have 1 Super Bowl each and 2 total Super Bowls. That is insane.
Yeah.
To have 2 all-time quarterbacks and 1 Super Bowl apiece. That's wild. And like I said, they've always had
1 Super Bowl. Well,
Brett only had 1 win and Aaron's only had 1
This outside the Lombardi days you're talking about, right? Because they got
I said they've had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They've had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back and have won a Super Bowl each.
Bart Starr isn't in the Hall of Fame?
Bro? I don't care. That's too far back.
Roll Tide.
That's when you could be in the Hall of Fame for throwing like 1,000 yards a season or something. Yeah. No offense. Respectfully, Bart Starr. Respectfully. And to your people. I'm just saying. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? It's levels.
Yeah,
it's levels.
Bro, they were out here fighting a war.
Facts. But yeah, I think, honestly, the Packers are kind of the best fit. Offensively, that best offensive line when they're healthy. I don't think you're just going to find that anywhere else, you know? Because Bakhtiari is a great lineman. You're not going to just replace that. Offensively, they have a lot of pieces in place right now offensively that I don't think you're going to find anywhere else. I think the camaraderie is there. And I don't think Matt LaFleur is a bad coach. He made some really bad decisions, but I don't think he's a bad coach at all. Yeah. I don't think you fall in 13 wins back-to-back years being terrible at your job. And Doug Peterson, he only won 13 games once, I guess. So I guess he might be terrible. Anyway, sorry. My Doug Peterson, my Eagles came out for a second. But yeah, I think him and Green Bay is going to stay together. I think it's the best fit.
Well, and this is Matt LaFleur's first season too.
Second.
Right? This is the second season.
Yeah, because he was there last year when they got the NFC Championship.
That's right. Yeah. This is Mike McCarthy's first year.
Yeah, he took a year off.
Yeah.
They had no business being in the NFC Championship last year.
No.
This year they should have been. Last year they had no business being there. That's why they got ran out the building.
But that's impressive, though. He's been able to take them to two in a row.
That's a big deal. Yeah. That's a big deal. So I think Fleur's a solid coach. I think he should just stay there.
Yeah.
I think he will stay there. I don't think anybody's moving on. I think Aaron's one of those people that, like, when something ends badly, he just gets mad cryptic, and I relate to this. So, like, you just start projecting the worst possible outcome and start saying it. That way you start believing it in your head.
Yeah.
So I relate to that. It's a very toxic trait, but I relate to it. Yeah. So I think that's what Aaron got going on for real. But he's probably going to get the MVP this year, so that's nice. Yay. You got something.
Yeah.
You know?
Something.
Tampa and the Bucks. Levi, the Bucks are going to host the Super Bowl.
First time ever. Yeah.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
It's pretty shocking. I didn't think anybody would ever do it for some reason. It hadn't been so long. Like, it's probably never going to happen, I guess. But salute to them. They pulled it off.
Look, hey,
I was both right about Tom Brady and the Bucks and wrong. Because I didn't think their weapons fit him, which they didn't for a while. But then they adjusted the offense to do more Brady stuff, and now everything's going smoothly there. I think I came around to the end of the season to the fact they probably will make the Super Bowl because they have a good shot because the NFC is so untrustworthy. That's what I said this year. Here they are.
Yeah.
Back again.
They are.
Yeah. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning and his way to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Doing the Peyton Manning the thing Peyton Manning did in Denver at the end of his career.
All right. So here's where I will argue with you on that one. Is number one is that you were right. And it's cool that you bring that up because I actually was watching one of our past videos. It's actually our first episode, or episode 0.
Yeah.
And it was right when Tom Brady went over. So we were talking about it. And you said the same thing. And then that's where I said, I just think there's so many weapons, and Arians is, such an offensive-minded guy.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out. Like, he'll run them like they're supposed to run. And that's what's happened. But I wanted to ask you, I don't really know like how to ask this, but I would say, Tom Brady hasn't been the MVP candidate or
correct
the Rocket.
He tried to lose
out
the game.
There. Yeah, exactly. Through 3 interceptions, but
if he would have lost, I would have said he'd been around the Falcons too long. That's what I was gonna say. I had that ready.
Well, let's say this was. Look, was Tom Brady a difference maker for this team? Would they be in the spot right now without Tom Brady?
If they had Jameis Winston.
Okay, Jameis, or if you wanted to plug another.
Yeah, Jameis, no.
Okay.
Are you like replacing an average quarterback, or are you putting like a good quarterback?
Well, yeah, I'm not saying put an Aaron Rodgers right there, but maybe a Matt Ryan. Is a Matt Ryan doing this with possibly
maybe
Matt Ryan?
That's a maybe. Yeah. They kind of loaded. I think you got to go a tier below. You got to go on like the Jameis tier.
Yeah,
which Jameis could have been there if you cut like 3 of his interceptions out. But man went 30 and 30.
Yeah,
like
I
that's
think
such a ridiculous stat. Every time I think about him going 30 and 30 is the most ridiculous thing to me.
It is. I think
30 touchdowns.
I think the thing with Brady is that I think he has made I think he has a large handprint on this team, and it's not just through the whole his performance. But yeah, exactly. Like when you're in the locker room with Tom Brady, or you're going into practice every day with Tom Brady, like it's just a mental thing.
And also he made them go all in.
Yeah,
they made every move to make sure they got here.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like they would not have Gronk, they wouldn't have AB, like they wouldn't have some of these other guys. So yeah, I think he was the catalyst. That got Tampa Bay to where they're at.
They decided to go all in when they got him, which they had to do.
Do what?
They got Tom Brady for 2 years. You got to go all in.
Yeah, exactly.
So it made them change direction as an organization.
Yeah,
so.
And a great thing that they have done too is Bruce Arians said that he's given Tom Brady way more liberties, and that was one of the problems at New England. He wasn't able to control the offense and call plays. So that's what he's been able to do this year.
Yeah. Now what's interesting is Brady said that the 4th down call in halftime was Arians' call actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that was Arians' call. He said Arians had a call, and I liked it, so we went with it.
Nice.
But
I like how they're able to work.
Now.
Yeah.
Arians isn't blaming him for everything in press conferences anymore.
Yeah.
They have a nice little friendship now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's what it had to take though. Like, Arians got to be Arians, and Brady got to be Brady. Yeah. And they'll work it out.
Right. Yeah. And it doesn't help me. It helps when you have like a ridiculous defense and get a pass rush.
Yeah.
You have a monster.
Which is exactly last year they had that defense. Yeah. It was, I think, the number one in the league. Basically. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they had a quarterback. Look, Jameis Winston's good, but
bad at the he's good and bad at the wrong time. He's an enigma.
Yeah.
There will never be another Jameis. My man is like the best and worst quarterback at the exact same time. You know what he is?
What?
He's like souped up Eli Manning. Before Jameis Winston, Eli Manning was the best worst quarterback ever. Jameis took that crown handily.
I like that.
Because Jameis is so good and so bad.
Yeah.
The worst decision making.
You are going to live and die. You will for sure die.
You will for sure die.
You're going to live a little bit, but it is guaranteed death.
The man got Mike Evans to 5 years of 1,000 yards?
Yeah.
Like, the man did work. He just did it. Yeah. Did work for the other team too.
Exactly.
He just knew it was coming.
He played all-time QB. Yeah, he was out there.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody gets a touchdown. You are the DB. One of y'all going to get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very shout out to the Bucs. Yeah. Shout out to the Bucs.
And I can't believe too that Tom Brady now has as many NFC championships as Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees.
That is amazing. That's wild. Yeah. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? Most accomplished quarterback of all time.
Yeah, he is.
Now you want to get into this? Do you have anything else you want to add there?
No,
good?
That's okay. It. Yeah, I'm good.
We mentioned this in headlines, the NFL coaching carousel. The Eagles hired a coach, Nick Sirianni. I am unexcited. But in fairness, Levi, I will never be excited about a head coach again.
Why?
I just watched the man win a Super Bowl and end up being terrible. I will never believe in a coach again.
Yeah.
Like, we might be on Super Bowl number 3, and I'd be like, I don't know, I need one more year. Like, I don't trust any coach ever. So we couldn't go get the dude that stood next to Andy. Mm-hmm. So we got the dude that stood next to Doug, who stood next to Andy, who stood next to the dude that stood next to Doug, basically. Because we couldn't get Frank Reich, who stood next to Doug, who stood next to Andy. So we got Nick Sirianni, who stood next to Frank, who stood next to Doug, who stood next to Andy. That's the coaching tree here. It's like some long tree that leads somehow back to Andy Reid in a weird roundabout way for no reason.
I like that though.
It's like we can't just go get another Andy guy. We just fired one. He might not want to give us one. So let's go get a dude that stood next to a dude that stood next to him.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done with Nick Sirianni.
I doubt. I don't know. I mean, I can't say. I just don't see the Eagles even wanting to offer Eric Bieniemy just because they don't even want to like have that with Andy Reid or even like I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong on that, or I don't know.
They don't want to fire Andy Reid guy to get another Andy Reid guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
This is another one of these quote unquote young hotshot offensive coordinating minds, but he didn't call plays, Levi, which everyone told me that's why Eric Bieniemy can't get a job because he doesn't call plays. That's what I was told.
I thought
that's what people were saying.
So Bieniemy doesn't call plays?
They split play calling as far as I know.
So
Andy still's the main one, but I think Eric Bieniemy has a lot to say in the play calls.
Yeah.
But Reid will call plays as well. But I think Reid handed a lot of it off to him too. To try and help him boost him up to get a job. But some reason Eric Bieniemy just can't. Some strange reason. He's not qualified.
Okay, well, I want to talk to you about that though, because I do get that argument, but there is one other person who everybody was touting as they were going to get hired and ended up not getting hired. I feel like Brian Daboll.
Yeah. He shot on up there real quick. Dayball's name shot up there real quick.
Yeah, it did. And I think I don't know. Like, you know me, I'm like, I'm exploring, and it's the last thing I want to do and throw it out there. But if it is, then it is, and I'm not just saying it's not. But I feel like I kind of get the vibe of, like I had said earlier, I like Brian Daboll as a coach. I've never gotten the head coach vibe from him, though.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I do have to be, I kind of get that with Bieniemy, too. I think he will be a great coach, though, just because he's such a good offensive mind. But I do kind of get that vibe of the dude just seems like, I don't know, like it just depends on the team, because some guys want a freaking military, leader in there running them, and some teams do want the nice guy. But I just think, Bieniemy would be your ultimate a team, players coach or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe he gives Brian Daboll vibes, or maybe he's just black. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's a weird thing that happened in the coaching hire this year at Levi, where there were 7 GM jobs open, and 3 of them went to minorities. But not a single coaching job gone to minority yet.
Well, one did.
Oh, the Jets. I'm sorry. The Jets did, yes. But I'm sorry. Specifically, a black head coach has not been hired in this cycle. And it's why Deuce Staley also left the Eagles, because the Eagles interviewed him, and he's been with the Eagles since Andy Reid, Deuce Staley. The Eagles interviewed him before they hired Doug Peterson, and they kind of interviewed him before they made this hire, but there was a report that came out that basically Deuce Staley is the last resort. Like, it literally came out. He's the last resort if they can't get someone else. So they hired another outside hire. Staley's left the organization, and now he's with Dan Campbell in Detroit. And that's going to be a really loud locker room.
Ooh.
Players going to love it, though. Players going to love it. But that's going to be a really loud. Everyone loved Deuce Staley on offense. He was a running backs coach. He got offered the offense coordinator job. He didn't take it because the story was you got to call plays to be good to move up as offense coordinator in the NFL. So he didn't take the job, and then the offense coordinator they did hire got fired because he was terrible. Shout out to Mike. I guess he was terrible. He didn't call plays either, but I don't know him or Doug. Probably both of them, both y'all. Yeah. So and now he left the Eagles because of that, man. The thing with this coaching situation with me, bro, no matter how many things they put in place as the NFL, no matter how many strategies they put in place, the fact is you can't make these billionaires hire someone who doesn't make them who if they don't have to get out of the comfort zone, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And hiring a black coach is too far out of the comfort zone for a lot of them because, like, I don't know, it's kind of like me. I don't know how he relates to people. There's a story that before Mike Tomlin got hired with the Steelers, he interviewed with the Dolphins, and they say he was too hip hop. Yeah. Too hip hop. Yeah. Yeah.
I got an interview on that. I just want to see the guy say hip hop.
I know. It's strange. The perception of these guys is just so, and the goalpost keeps moving. Because remember, years ago, it was like a few years ago, people started brought this question up. It was a lot of black guys coach on defense. You need offensive minded coaches to get in here. So then we got offensive minds now, and now it's he ain't calling plays. But then this 38-year-old who's been coordinator for like 1 year who didn't call plays gets that coaching job, and it's be enemies. I don't even know what the excuses anymore. It's just I don't know.
They're just
then and then the defensive mind thing, dude's been defensive coordinator for 1 year. Brandon Staley got a job with the Rams. All of a sudden, now he's head coach, the hotshot defensive guy. The goalpost keeps moving, and the fact is you're not going to make people do it. People aren't going to hire anyone who makes them to death if they don't feel comfortable. A lot of guys aren't going to go out of the comfort zone, and that's what it is. They're going to go with what they relate to, the comfortability that they have. Arthur Smith came out of nowhere and got a job after just learning to hand the ball to Derrick Henry, and Ryan Tannehill isn't terrible. His offense was, hey, guys, Ryan Tannehill doesn't suck, and we have Derrick Henry. Let's use both of those together. And then if all that fails, throw it to A.J. Brown. And he got a head coaching job in 2 years. By the way, his dad runs FedEx. He's like CEO of FedEx.
Yeah, Arthur Smith.
He is. Yeah.
But I mean, I did. So I'm not a fan of. I wasn't a fan of the Arthur Smith hire, but I listened to a podcast recently that flipped my mind. I mean, we gonna be fine next year, Atlanta. Apparently, Arthur Smith is actually a pretty good hire. I was very convinced after the that podcast I listened to, which is by his former players. So yeah,
former players like a head coach.
Huh?
Former players like a head coach.
Well, yeah, they actually like considered asking to move from their team and go with him. But yeah, very well loved. And then too, I got some feedback from some Tennessee fans on Facebook saying that they're really sad that he's going. Apparently,
Oh yeah, I was sad when Frank Reich left. And I was right about that one. Yeah. I think everybody's sad when their hotshot coordinator leaves, and then the team they end up not being a good coach a lot of times.
Yeah.
And thing with coaching, bro, the thing that makes me maddest about this, right, is like there's supposed to be a system in place. Guys pay their dues so many years. Bieniemy's been in the game a long time. He's paid his dues. Hasn't gotten a shot yet. And the thing is, I'm not convinced. Like he could fail, right? I'm aware that he could fail, but literally like 98% of head coaches fail. All of them have failed at some point. The 2 best coaches in the game, Belichick, Andy Reid, both have been fired from different places. Like, everybody fails at some point. But they should be given the opportunity to fail.
Yeah.
And I don't know why nobody's doing that. Houston Texans looking at, they're apparently trying to go with the minority thing. They're going to keep Deshaun Watson. And he's still like, I'm not staying here. Which basically like a signal, don't come, stay away.
Yeah.
So the Texans probably going to cancel all their minority interviews coming up.
Well, they can't do that, can they?
They got to interview one, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
I think
the coaching, it's getting kind of annoying, and it's a conversation that unless people are gonna take it. I don't like seeing it in the media, right? Because like the media always asks like the black guys, what should be done about this? Like, I don't know. I ain't in the rooms. You need to go talk to the owners. Ask them what can be done about it.
Yeah.
Because NFL spent all this time saying all the right things. They put end racism on the end zone to stop racism. And yet in the inside of the facilities, the same stuff is happening. Yeah. Pretty much. You know, it's just tiring. It's a conversation I'm kind of tired of personally.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that, dude. And look, I'm not here to say no. It's not like I'm not here to mitigate. No, it's that's stupid to like argue that.
It very well could be, but the fact that nothing's come out about Bieniemy being like nothing's leaked out about him at all leads me to believe that's not what it is.
Yeah,
because typically to protect themselves, somebody gonna leak something out, and nothing's leaked out about him.
Just me and thinking about it, that's where my head has gone. It's just in my opinion, you're right about the whole comfort thing, but I think too. And a lot of people have said this throughout the whole coaching carousel, but these owners, like, they get you into they call you like into the room for the interview based on your resume, but you get hired on that meeting right there. Like,
or who you know.
Or who you know. But like,
never get the Summer McVay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like all in who you're tied to, but I mean, a lot of it, like look, if you're a good salesman, like you can get one of those jobs. Like that's why Man Campbell is where he's at right now, is because he was able to go in there and just help. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it's all about like who the owner is. Like, if you're taking the full context, like, okay, who's hiring, like who have they hired in the past, like who are they looking for. So I think for some of these teams, like a Detroit, I don't think Bieniemy's like a good fit, but that's just based off like the past hires they've made too. And then
Detroit one, I didn't question that at all. Yeah, it made no sense.
I think if there was more,
I think the Falcons should have been on it.
Yeah, I think
for sure.
Which we did. We interviewed him. Yeah, and I think we were close to getting him. We did hire minority GM, or we were one of the 30 black GMs. Yeah, maybe. They didn't want to go black on black.
But
maybe
did he
Arthur Smith,
because he couldn't come in. He couldn't technically come in for the Falcons yet. The GM, they hired the coach before that. Because the dude couldn't technically.
I thought they hired him before.
But he couldn't technically work there till the Saints got out of the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that's right. So they hired Arthur Smith before. But I heard that's another thing too.
And McKay probably had an effect in that too, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But I think I heard that's another thing too. Why like some like teams didn't pull the trigger. Like, that's why I heard the Falcons, that's one of the reports, was why they didn't pull the trigger and they went with Arthur Smith. That's just because like they could get Arthur Smith in their door earlier, like than Eric Bieniemy, and then you just start like making the phone calls or planning or whatever. But that could just be another excuse, like thrown out there.
The one thing, there's always going to be a reason, right? It's just about what's going to happen. Yeah,
I'm on your side. Like, I feel like anytime like this does come up in the media, it's always like black and white, and it's people like, oh, racist, blah, blah, blah. I just wish people would take in more context, but I'm not trying to say that's a wrong argument, but I mean, it is very questionable. Eric Bieniemy should have
rarely has the guy coaching the hottest offense for 3 years in a row, not been able to get a job 3 years in a row.
But I think
very strange.
If I was Eric Bieniemy, though, I really don't think Andy retires. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Andy has that much longer. I wouldn't talk
to nobody anymore. I would stay there till Andy retires. Yeah. I would be like, I'll be here till he leaves. Unless it takes another 10 years, then I might. But I'll be here till he leaves.
So I don't think Andy's going to be there much longer either. But I think Houston. Can I throw a take out here?
Talk to me.
I think Houston's going to go with Todd Bowles.
I hate the hire because Houston's such a dumpster fire, but I don't
exactly. But they're going to save face.
Yeah, that's
exactly
what they're going to save face. Like, look, we know we suck as an organization. Yeah. And we know we have a Chaplin who somehow became GM in a year, which is the most confusing thing.
Yeah.
He's literally a Chaplin. He's the GM now. That's the biggest come up ever. A man went from the Bible to running the organization.
God's good.
It's insanity. So, but look, we the only one hired a minority. And then you know what they're kind of trying to do with that, though?
What?
They're trying to hire him and make Deshaun look bad because he left the black head coach. That was the ultimate end game. They're trying to make Deshaun look bad for one out because they have a black head coach.
Like,
I see what's going on.
Wait, Deshaun, you want to leave? Okay, hold on one second. And they leave the room and then they go grab Todd and they sit Todd down. It's like, all right, tell Todd what you just told us.
Right. I see what's going on. They not
look
slick.
at them.
They not slick, bro. They not slick. We got one comment. My man Davies says that the Cowboys need to fire Mike McCarthy. 1 year is enough.
Yeah.
I understand.
That man lied his way into that job, bro.
He did. With some, what was it? Some Jack Blue? Johnny Walker Blue or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Spend night at Jerry Jones' house.
That is so weird,
it's
bro.
It's a strange
but that's
story
such a Jerry Jones Godfather move,
Absolutely.
bro. That's such a Godfather like mafia thing. Like, yes. You want to work for me, huh? All right. You grab your bags. Come stay with me tonight.
Yes.
We'll talk about it.
Yes. All right, so let's get to our final segment. I'm not an expert, but Levi, what you got this week?
Oh wait, I had to give an A++ to somebody. I'm sorry.
I went back. It's good. Go ahead.
A++. I already mentioned them, but to the Detroit Lions for hiring Dan Campbell. Is he going to be a good coach? Probably not.
He got a job.
Are they going to have a winning record? Probably not.
Bro.
But they're built for tough. I love it so much because it fits the Lions, bro. The Lions always want the alpha. They got the I don't know, is Jim Caldwell? Jim Caldwell is kind of like a soft demeanor guy.
Jim Caldwell's got literally Tony Dungy, like in a different body.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but you move on from him to Schwartz. Is that who Jim it was? Schwartz. Yeah, Jim Schwartz.
No, Jim Schwartz was before Jim Caldwell.
Oh, he was before.
Yeah, they got the crazy guy.
Okay.
Then they got Caldwell.
Yeah.
And then they
got Patricia.
Yeah. The guy who stood next to Belichick and watched Nick Foles cook his defense for a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Thank you, Matt Patricia.
But I'm sure Patricia came in with like the similar message as Dan Campbell, but Dan Campbell was able to deliver it with the full intensity and tenacity that one should when saying they're going to bite kneecaps.
With what Dan Campbell does. Yes. I know about Dan Campbell because I'm a longtime Le Batard listener, and he was the interim coach down there for a while, and they spent all year making fun of him.
Yeah. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I'm so glad they hired him.
When he got hired, I'm like, has he changed or something? And I heard the press conference, I'm like, oh, he's the same guy.
Yeah.
Here's the excerpt from his opening press conference if you don't know. So this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth, all right?
And when you just play the sound? Can you play the sound?
No, I don't think it'll come through right. He's like, and when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap. And we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing. That's going to be the mentality.
They're going to be lions.
What does any of that mean?
They're going to be lions. They're going to turn into actual lions.
Do lions have kneecaps?
Yeah, I think so. They got kneecaps or they got knees. The knee bends somewhere, I think. Knees
work with 4-legged creatures.
Yeah.
They probably do. But
it's going to turn into actual lions.
I think if you bite a lion's kneecap off, it's probably going to get eaten by the rest of the pack. It's like, oh, you weak.
Maybe.
Eat this fool. That's what lions do. Or they leave you. When you
or they're going to be hyenas.
From the time I've seen like on Planet Earth stuff, when a lion becomes useless, they be like, all right, we're going to leave you here. Well, I'll let you later, bro.
Yeah.
And they just leave you to rot and die to yourself. Because lions are just mean.
Yeah.
But cuddly when they're babies. So yeah, they're going to bite some kneecaps off in Detroit. This was such a Detroit hire.
Yes, exactly. That's why they get an A++.
Yeah. And I'm so happy Deuce Staley is free. I'm happy Deuce Staley's in the organization.
That's going to be a great combo. You said he's with the Lions now? With Dan Campbell? Yeah. I love that. I love he hitched his trailer to him.
And you know what this is really? Players love Deuce Staley in Philly. So what it really is when people realize Dan Campbell can't coach.
Oh, they're just going to move. Yeah. Oh, great move by Deuce Staley.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I just figured it out. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Also, HBO. Is it HBO or the show? Who does Hard Knocks?
HBO, yeah.
Okay, we need to go to Detroit. We need you at Hard. Yeah.
My man Matthew Stafford seen that kneecap thing. Is like, hey, I'm out. I'm not doing
Yes. Oh, I love that.
I'm 38 in football years.
Yeah.
32 in real life. I'm not doing this.
He saw that. He said, oh, we got another one. Like, here it is. He was like, I'm not putting up with this.
Yes.
I'm not doing this anymore. I loved it. Yeah.
At all.
Dan Campbell. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like, I'm here just for the press conferences now. Right. I'm so happy.
All right. Now we'll get into I'm not an expert, but Levi, what you got?
I'm not an expert, but my prediction, we may suffer our first loss on Tuesday against Kentucky. I'm just waiting for it to happen. We didn't lose to Mississippi State in a game that any old Alabama team would have, but we did it. And now we're going to be fighting to keep our head coach because people are going to be going after him in the NFL. I mean, NBA, but shout out Coach Oates.
I think it's like the homie Kazadi said, you might be the only person watching college basketball this year.
Oh, I am.
I think he's right. Might be. You were so invested in it.
But what I said Alabama was going to be 5, and we 5.
Right. So, did I have anything? Oh, I'm doing not expert, but I'm sorry. I started reading something. I started reading something. My bad. So I'm not an expert, but Jeffrey Lurie, you had better gotten this hire right. Because if you didn't, boy, I am coming for you. I am coming for you, Jeffrey Lurie. You're not gonna hear it, but I'm coming for you. I just want you to know that. Y'all better be right about this hire, because I'm not convinced. And that wraps it up. Thank you all for listening, watching, paying attention. We are done. We are through. We will see you next Tuesday for a full Super Bowl show. Super Bowl's actually next week, so why we didn't get too deep into it this week.
Preview.
Yeah, we'll get that preview show up next week. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll call it an extravaganza. Extravaganza. Yes. A lot of stuff's going to come next week, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you all. Thank you, Clayton, Caden. Appreciate y'all. We are
Super Bowl color hose.
You have a good day. And I don't know who needs to know this, but the Wendy's Honey Butter Biscuits 2 for $4. So I don't know if whoever needs to know that, you have the information now. You're welcome.
Top floor lifestyle.
Yes. It's like the Honey Butter Biscuit is almost Chick-fil-A tier. It's close. Would you agree with that, Levi?
It's close.
It's close.
It's close. Yeah. Also, hack, you can go to Chick-fil-A and ask for a biscuit with honey butter.
You can, but don't do it because we don't like to do that. I remember when I worked there, we don't like making y'all special stuff. That's nothing special.
Yeah.